Ty Stone, what's going on, man?
Oh, just having a good time, running around Grand Rapids, trying to stay out of trouble.
You got this huge tour you're on with Kid Rock. I mean, you
Sir.
kicked it off in Saginaw. You even did Ford Field a little bit as well.
Yeah, we had 45 minutes on the big show. That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, quite a life experience really playing for that many people. It's just like playing an arena, except it's like 4 times as big. I literally went up to the top and looked down at the stage, and you couldn't make out the people. It was the craziest, biggest thing I've ever seen.
Well, obviously, let's get right to it here. What do you want people on this tour, when they get a chance to see 20, 25 minutes of your music, what do you want them walking out of that arena saying to themselves?
I want them to say, man, I love that guy's songs, and what a voice on that kid. You know, that's really that's what I want them to get out of my set. I'm all about the songs. I want people to listen to the messages I have and the stories. There's magic in the music.
Yeah, well, you've been doing this for a long time. I know you're a songwriter. You've written many songs. But you've been it's been a start and stop thing with this whole thing, right? I mean,
yes, sir.
the being signed, the album's going to come out, maybe, never, delay. You know, how you holding up with everything, and what's the status of everything right
Well,
now?
I'm as excited as I've ever been right now. The things are lining up, and the record's in the can, so it's ready to go, and the single's on its way out. And we've started partnering with Warner Nashville, which has been a wonderful experience for me. I love everyone down there, and it's given me a chance to get a little more involved with the label on a personal level, because I go into the office, I know who people are, and I know what they do. So I'm really excited about it happening now. But as I said earlier, I think that what has happened basically is like the time has come to where it's a good time for my music to come out. You know, I don't think 5 years ago that people were sort of ready to listen to this kind of stuff, but I think the world's in a place now where it's a little bit more ready.
Yeah, and tell me a little about your life. I mean, you've been, like most of us in Michigan, dealing with a lot of hardships, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was, the music industry, except for very few people, keeps you really, really broke. But I've learned very well how to live on balling on a budget, I call it. I live on very little. And I've actually spent most of my life in the same house, my parents' house, which actually just went back to the bank, like so many homes in Michigan and everywhere across the country are. So we've definitely been through some tough times, but I think the tough times are when the tough people get going, and I'm happy to be in that group.
I've seen some of your videos, and you've also worked some odd jobs too, right?
Oh yeah, I flipped some hamburgers, driven some high-lows. I worked at Great Lakes Steel and Ford Motor Company, and had lots and lots of interesting little jobs. Pretty much anything you can think of I've done for like 2 weeks.
Tell me the first time you met Kid Rock.
The very first time in person that I met him, I actually had a show in Los Angeles, and he called me that morning. I didn't even know he was in town, and we had been talking. And he said, hey, do you want to go to dinner with me and Rick Rubin tonight? And I was like,
yeah, maybe.
I'd love to, but I have a show. You know, maybe you guys can come to the show. So they left the U2 concert, which I thought was pretty cool, and they came to see me at this little place called Room 5, probably about as big as this room, and I was playing acoustic. And I was getting ready to go on, and he wasn't there, so I was just like, what a bummer that he didn't show up. And then I went downstairs to go to the bathroom before I went on, and he was standing in the bathroom with like his friends, and I was like, Kid Rock, and he was like, Ty Stone, and I was like, yeah, and it was on from there. It's just been nothing but rock and roll history.
All right, good thing. Well, let's just wrap this up with telling me about American Style, your single. What's it about, and are you hoping that it just connects with the audience with this song?
Absolutely. I love American Style. I think it's my favorite song that I've ever written. It's every word in the song is true. It's one of those songs where I was just very frustrated with everything, and sat down and wrote a song about it in my mom's house with my girlfriend there and my friend sleeping on the couch, and like everything I sing about in the song, because I'm like, through all this, we're still a family. You know, this is American Style now. This is what families are. They're not mom and dad and 2 kids. They're like you and whoever lives at your house. You know, like
right.
Because they don't. And I just thought that concept. I feel like everyone can relate to that. So hopefully, I feel like it's as true for me as it is for you.
Anything else you want to say to the people out there listening to or watching this video and finding out for the first time about Ty Stone?
Well, I hope you check it out and you enjoy it. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless.